down the plays, bringing heat to the game. Kicking it with Kayna, get your head in the zone. From alley to classics, painters, tone sets the throne. Kicking it with Kayna, the court's the domain. Fast break conversation.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Kickin' It. I'm your host, Kayna Simino, and today I am sitting down with Gabe Weiss of Kentucky Basketball. Gabe, we're really excited to have you here. So before we get started with any questions, I'm just going to give you a chance to kind of introduce yourself.
I'm Gabe Weiss, originally from Kentucky, but play at Montverde Academy, and this is my first year on the circuit.
Awesome. Okay, Gabe, so to kick us off, we'll have a few basketball questions. Why don't you tell us a bit about your journey, kind of growing up, what got you introduced to basketball, and who's been that person that's kind of influenced you and kept you motivated?
Well, I started playing at a super young age, and both my parents played high school and both got scholarships to play in college, so I feel like I got most of my motivation from them.
Right into it, okay.
Pushing me throughout my childhood, but
Cool.
yeah, I mean, I've kind of always had a basketball in my hand.
Okay, so since both parents played, I have to ask, who would you say is the better athlete of the two, between mom and dad?
They said dad was more athletic, but they said mom was the better basketball.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, another one with two sport parents. Who was toughest on the car ride home?
Kind of depend on the day, but I would probably say mom was a little more tough.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's good though. So next, at what point in your career, I know you said you grew up playing. So at what point did you realize, hey, I like this. Like I have a passion for this. I can be good at this.
I can't really think of like a specific time, but I started working out with my trainer from back home, me, Stalwart. And I think from there, like, after the first one or two workouts, I kind of figured out I was all right.
Pretty good at this. Okay.
So kind of just built on from there.
Cool. Very
Kept going.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Next, go ahead and describe your game. If you could think of 3 key things about your game, 3 strengths, what would those be?
I feel like my shot has came a long way, especially being at Montverde.
Okay.
It's developed a whole lot, and I feel like some people underestimate my passing ability.
Okay.
And I think my defense and versatility is
Awesome.
a pretty big part of my game too.
So we'll be looking out for those highlight assists, with the passing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Next, just a little bit about the league. So what was it? I know this is your first year playing with the Pro16. What was it that really stood out to you about this league that was different than others?
I feel like early on, just the relationships that they were very, I don't know what's the word for it. Seemed very close to me.
Okay, cool.
It was easy to go
Kind of personal.
Than other circuits or other teams that I played for.
Awesome. Yeah, we love that. Okay, next we're going to talk just a little bit about some off-court stuff. So what are some passions or interests of yours that aren't basketball related?
Well, I feel like I want people to know more about me as being a believer of God and Christian instead of more of a basketball player.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's probably my biggest passion off the court.
Great.
Sure.
Okay, so let me ask you, what's your favorite Bible verse? There's a lot of good ones. Is there one that maybe you go to like pregame to kind of give you some motivation or maybe calm some nerves?
Probably Philippians 4:13 says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
And I'm also reminded a lot of John 3:30, which says more of him and less of me.
Absolutely.
So
Good.
that's another good one.
Good one. Very good ones. Awesome. Next, so what would be something you could see yourself doing maybe career-wise if basketball was in the picture?
I'm very involved in my church back home, so I could see myself doing something in there.
Okay.
But I could also see myself maybe doing my physical therapy or something, even in basketball.
Yeah,
that did it
around the game, but maybe not playing. Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there another sport that you have some interest in?
I'm pretty good at golf.
Golf. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I read about that. Okay. So, staying with golf for a little bit, I'm not a golfer, but what is maybe like a dream course of yours that you would really like to play on someday?
Pebble Beach.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that seems like a good one. Anything on the beach sounds like a good idea. I know you talked a little bit about your faith in church, but what is something that people may be surprised to know about you?
I actually play the guitar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I play the guitar.
I play the piano. So there you go. Something about growing up in the church, you know. Awesome. What are some of the songs you can play on the guitar?
I play a lot of country music.
Country.
I play Christian music too, so anything in there, I can play a lot of songs.
Okay.
So
So you like a lot of country music.
yeah,
Who's your favorite country artist?
I love Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Do you have any like pregame rituals or something that you got to do the day of, or even just right before the game?
I've never really had a pregame ritual.
Okay.
Zero. No, I've never really done that.
Really?
A lot of people do, but
Yeah. I grew up playing and I played in college and I didn't really have one either. I think throughout high school I maybe like always ate a sandwich from Subway just because that was what it was in our small town. But is there anything after a tough game that you go to kind of get your mind off of it?
not really like a whole. I haven't really.
Kind of got to step away for a little bit.
My parents always tell me to just give it 30 minutes,
Yep.
think about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's
On to
done.
the next. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What is a fun memory that you have either on or off the court? Maybe a big win or something with a group of friends, teammates, maybe on a trip playing basketball?
We actually, one of the trips here this recently, we actually broke a bed in a hotel room.
Were you jumping on it?
Actually, someone just sat down on it and it broke, and then it just continued to break.
Oh, did you have to tell the hotel or you just...
We didn't tell anyone. So let's maybe not.
Yeah, so we should cut that out. Okay, so I know we talked a little bit before, but I know you said, do you prefer to watch college basketball or NBA basketball?
College.
College. Okay.
It's like the just fans, and
Yeah, and the
Fire.
environment. Mm-hmm.
there's a lot more into it than
No, no.
the NBA
Mhm.
today.
Absolutely. What is either a tough opponent or a tough game that you've had that kind of sticks out to you, that you felt like you really learned a lot from it?
We got beat pretty bad against Columbus this past year. It was the first game that I really played a lot, and the physicality and the toughness of the game and the environment, it was at their place too. So it just kind of showed me a lot of adversity.
Diversity, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, that's good to have at this age, you know, because now you can take it, learn from it, and grow. If you could take a skill from any NBA player, past or current, and add it to your game to take you to the next level, what would it be?
Probably Kyrie's handles.
Okay. That'd be a good one. With shooting and passing already, you know.
It's probably like the only thing I'm not great at is
Okay.
handling of it. But it's came a long way.
Okay. Good. Cool. So to kind of wrap up, just a few more things about the league. What is something that you're really looking forward to going into this year? I know you're playing with the team for the first time. So what's something, again, you're really excited to prove here on the Pro 16?
Well, I mean, my ranking is not nearly where I want it to be. So I feel like I can definitely take it to a different level this year and this summer. And it's going to have plenty of opportunities because the circuit has some very good players on it. So I'll get good matchups. And so hopefully that'll boost my ranking. And I don't know, just we're the only shoe circuit in Kentucky. So
Okay.
it might
It's a lot of
have something to prove. So
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Really cool. Last one I have here is, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Well, I hope to be playing in the NBA or at least pro somewhere and have a family and be living the life.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that's all I have for you, Gabe. I really appreciate you taking the time. We're really excited for this season and excited to see what you and Kentucky basketball brings.
Yes, ma'am.